What up, everybody? It's your boy Magnus back with another Transformers review. And of course, today we are reviewing the beautiful, sleek, sexy Hot Rodimus, aka Hot Rod in America, MP28 Hot Rod by Takara Tomy. And I don't know, guys. Takara Tomy is on a kick right now, on a roll. They are killing us right now with beautiful, beautiful product. I'm just blown away by this figure. I didn't think I was gonna like it at all. The size, the pictures, especially if you even look on the box, he looks better in hand than he does on this box picture. It's same kind of thing that happened with Ironhide. The pictures they use are probably promo shots from the beginning, and the actual figure turns out better in the end. So we win, and I appreciate that. So here's the overview of a Hot Rod MP28. I'll show you everything that comes with the package. Then we'll get into the car, of course, the beautiful, sleek, they call it a Cybertron Cavalier. It's because, in Season 3, the cars just started getting futuristic and they didn't care about actual American-made cars or Japanese-made cars. And then I'm rambling, of course. We'll do a nice overview of the car, show you everything on it. Then we'll get into the transformation, then the accessories on the actual figure, and the aesthetics and comparison with other MPs like usual. I hope you guys are still with me on these reviews. I'm having a good time with them. Ironhide review got a lot of great positive feedback, and I appreciate that. Thanks, guys, for writing to me, and hopefully we'll be commenting and conversing about this figure as well, because I know there's some people out there that hate it, and there's a lot of people that love it. All right, so into the overview. Let's get into it. Let's go to the box. So, of course, we have the beautiful nice, bland style cardboard, both with the glossy finish for the car and the robot of Hot Rod. So as you can see here, let me zoom out. MP28, Hot Rodimus, Cybertron Cavalier, Japanese. Let's get to the bottom. The usual crap. Side profile, Hot Rod holding his gun. The top, just name and stuff. We'll get to the other side real quick, and then we'll do the back. So we got the Hot Rod of his car, beautifully done, very sleek and smooth. I love it. The back, as usual, you got the car, little clip of the accessories showing you that you can use the MP10 matrix, the buzzsaw hand for saving cup, double guns, and of course the visor, which we'll all get into in the review. Standing next to Ultra Magnus, which in hand he looks a little small. Standing next to him, as you can see here, they kind of trick shot you by making Magnus lean in on the left side right there, or on his right leg. And if you do that, they look all right together. But sometimes when you put them together close up, I'll probably pull out Magnus to show you in the review that he looks a little small. I could live with it, but you can definitely see that there's something wrong there. The fishing rod and the posability that you can get him in, which also shows that they're cheating and breaking the hinge off the figure and swinging it out. So it looks good from the front, but if you looked at it from the side or back, it's kind of crap. All right. Also the overview of all the accessories, instruction booklet, card, etc. So box is done. The usual fanfare. You know how it goes. Of course, we have the Masterpiece card. Beautiful artwork on there, as you can see. Hope my shadows aren't cutting it out too much. Alright, and then of course on the back you got the tech specs for Hot Rod, all in Japanese. Very high numbers for a soldier that, he's going to become the leader, so I guess it was just a hidden potential. Alright, we have his two pistols. Very nice. Of course, the arms swing out so you can hold them in hands or put them on vehicle mode, which I'll show you in a sec. The buzzsaw blade, there you go. And of course the cool fishing rod. If you want to have him posed with Daniel, you can do that. And I appreciate that they included this because it's a nice little nod to the flick. And of course the first time we ever laid eyes on Hot Rod, so it's beautiful. As you can see here, we have the car. I will cut and then we'll get into the actual beautiful aesthetics of the car, and then we'll get into the transformation. But let me move this to the side right now. Of course, pulling the instruction sheet. So you have a decent size instruction sheet because you know Hot Rod's just an MP car. They treat them just like the Datsuns and Wheeljack, etc., all in the same bracket, size, etc. All right, so we have the, of course, the design of the Cybertron Cavalier. Beautiful, one of my favorite designs of the Season 3 or Transformers the movie characters. I love Hot Rod. Not a big Rodimus Prime fan, but I love Hot Rod. Go figure. So there you have the robot, of course, posed up. The car. Sorry if I'm rambling while I'm doing this instruction review. Photon laser. There you go. There's his pistol. As you can see, they always show you a little clip from the cartoon to let you know that everything in here is as accurate to the cartoon as it can be. The saw blade right there, of course, in the movie when Hot Rod was in the underwater trying to save Cup from piranhacons or whatever the hell you want to call them, the little fish that were trying to eat everything up, the squid, all that shit. All right, you got here, of course, they show you the hand transformation for the saw, and of course the fishing rod. And see here, they try to put that the fishing rod, you'd have to pose him like this, but of course if you look in the movie, he was sitting on a rock like that. He never had his legs crossed, so this pose is not accurate at all. It's just for fun. And if I ever really try to do him in the pose, I'd probably get him more like this. But, you know, to each his own. All right, let's flip this over. Transformation, I'll just go through this quick so you can see it. Really nothing much to explain here. A nice, simple transformation. Between Ironhide and Hot Rod coming back to back, I really appreciate these smooth transformations. Nothing too complicated, especially coming from Sun Surge. It's a real nice treat. So I thank you, Takara Tomy, for trying to make it as fun as possible. I've transformed this guy plenty times and having a real good time doing it. So I'm going to do a cut right now, and then we'll get into the overview of the actual car, and then the transformation, and so on. All right. Hope you guys are sticking with me. Thanks for everything. Peace. All right, here we are with vehicle mode. So let's just get into a nice overview. First off, I just wanted to show you real quick that you can mount the two pistols on the top of the hood, on the roof, sorry. You just pop it in right here. They have a little indentations, two little squares that just press down as you pop these in, like so. And this one's very tight. There we go. So you have your Hot Rod armed with his pistols on top. I definitely don't prefer this look, so I will remove them right away, but you can do that if you like. Just not my preference. So, as you can see here, this is a perfect rendition of the Transformers the movie or Season 3 Hot Rod vehicle mode. It is a beautiful piece of work. I own MP9, and I've never transformed them because when I got them, I had already heard about all the bad stuff, and it's actually... I've purchased them twice. My first one I had sold back when I didn't know if I was going to keep collecting Transformers. And then, of course, like I explained, the MP game started doing all the characters, which, you know, sucked me back in. And I picked up MP9 again. And, of course, like I said, I heard all the horror stories, so I never transformed them. Just look at them in pictures as far as reviews go. I just have them in robot mode. But I prefer this car as far as me looking at the other version. It's a little bigger, of course, but I think the details on this one are just really sweet. As you can see here, you have the nice chrome pipes. Little sprue marks on both sides from, you know, coming off the mold. That's the only thing I don't like. I might have that touched up one day, but not a big deal. The beautiful clear plastic showing the inside details on the headlights. Nice paintwork. And that's another thing I want to mention. If you own Ironhide and you've seen the paintwork on Ironhide, I think Takara Tomy's just going in a new direction as far as trying to make these things pop out and cartoon accurate. From Ironhide and on, I just get a different feel for these last two releases. It's very premium. Like the paint on this, I don't care if the camera's, I don't think it's showing or you can pick it up, but you have to have this in hand. I was chatting with my buddy Jay Brock, and I had got this in hand before him, and I was just explaining to him, as much as you've seen the pictures, you have to have it in hand. And he was like, I hear you, but you know. And then when he got it in hand, he admitted it. It was just, there's just something about this real quality, and I dig it. Also, I want to mention it's very light, no heft. But I'm not a heft guy. Heft doesn't make a transformer for me. Aesthetics and transformation are very most important. Weight does not mean a thing. So might have, you know, die cast nuts out there, but it doesn't make a transformer for me. So I just want you guys to know this is a very light figure, but it does everything it needs to do. And I'm rambling while I'm showing you this car, but stick with me. So you have the nice, clear, translucent blue plastic, which again, in pictures it came off looking more clear than it did blue, and I was worried that it wasn't going to look cartoon movie accurate, but in hand, it's perfect. So we have the chrome engine, nicely done. Like I said, the paintwork, everything is so smooth. Mine has a little piece of paint there that I guess maybe something got stuck under it, so I hate that because I want my figure to be as pristine as possible, but I wanted to point that out. That's just a little paint error right there, but it doesn't kill the figure for me. And I love this figure so much, I was joking with my friend that I might pick one up just to carry around with me because it's so light and small, and just maybe take him on adventures through New York City and take pictures and shit. I don't know, but this figure is just awesome. I love it. And if you don't love it, I feel sorry for you. So another problem people were having, I want to address real quick. I'm going all over the place. Of course, here's the bottom of it. The bottom of the car, you see the head, just like the G1 toy. Matrix compartment, which I don't have in there right now, which I'll show you when we do the transformation. Legs are tucked in, everything's clean. You got the burners on the back, the piping. There's vents here that pop out when you do the transformation. Of course, the wing, the spoiler, beautifully done. This is one of my favorite spoilers. It just looks so cool on this car. Yeah, I've pretty much covered the car. Another issue I just want to address real quick is a lot of people are getting this in hand and saying that it doesn't roll, and that's not true. There's a real small thing that people aren't doing, I think, that's stopping it from rolling, giving it the clearance with the legs. And real quick, I just want to show you that if I could catch it on camera. Basically, what I want you to do is just untab your feet. Let me see if I can get this right. And you bring some more light over here. If you look on the underside, there are, well, you can't see now because I have them tabbed in, but on the underside of this purple piece, the magenta piece, whatever you want to call it, there are two tabs, and on the inside of the legs, the orange parts in there are tabs. And if you can see these little blocks that are there, that's where they tab into this. And you have to have these feet down so you can really see what you're doing and get them in. So once you have the feet down and you're doing the transformation, press real tight with where my two thumbs are right now, and they'll lock into the top of this back part of the hood, the rear of the car, I'm sorry. And then you could just put your feet back like that, and you will get a perfect roll. I'm telling you guys, this car rolls. So don't think it doesn't. Just get your clearance right. Also, some people have issues with clearance of the collar, and basically what you got to do is make sure you're pressing that collar in, which extends the engine block to the fullest, where it's just fully on the seam, and that's how you know you got it perfectly correct, and you get your roll. You know what I'm saying? So this is the aesthetics of the Hot Rod car MP28, and we're just about to get into the transformation, which is a beautifully fun transformation, especially coming off Ironhide. Like I said, it's joyous. So let's get into that transformation now. Peace. All right, transformation time for Hot Rod. Like I said, pretty simple transformation, kind of fun, not too hard. All right, so here we go. First you want to do is untab the arms like so. You just bring them down. As you can see, there's a tab hole there, and do the same on the other side. Just snap it down. Come on the underside. Let's fold up these arms like so. Right, there we go. And try to shimmy some of this out, but you ain't gonna get too much at the moment. So as you can see here, there's some brackets that we'll be dealing with in a second. Next up, what you want to do is take the collar and slide the head up through, which at the same time as you're doing this will start to bring the hood up, down like that. As you can see, here's the matrix compartment. Basically, you could just flip the collar out, push the engine block in, close up the chest if you like. And there we go. Just bring this engine block down and it'll set in place. And there you have the collar and head for the moment, like so. Next thing, like I said, what you want to do is bring these arms out. As you can see, they are on a double hinge. So you swing it out like so. Same on this side, bring it out. And real quick, you can tuck in these side panels. As you can see here, there we go, which we're starting to make the chest. As you can see also right here, there is a piece, plastic piece that's gonna tab right into this little slot right there. And you can just bring that down, press inside, and as you can see, it's tabbed in there. There you go. So next up, let's swing the arms around like so, like so. Real quickly, what you want to do next is flip this part on itself. So you're just going to rotate it around over the tire, and there you go. And we'll just keep it like that. So I just don't want to skip no steps. Rotate it around over the tire, and we're starting to build our hot rod, as you can see. And we'll tab everything back, when it's time. Next thing I want you to do is take the upper bicep and rotate it around. There you go. Same on this side, rotate it around. Then you can take the hands out, which is basically you're just gonna open up this flap, pull on here, and let's get these hands out. There you go. So there's one, and same on the other side. Let's come out, flip it out. There you go. Done deal. So we have the arms done. Looking good, looking good. Up here, what you want to do now is fold down these shoulder pieces, which we'll get into how they work out in a second. Everything tabs into place on this beautiful figure. All right, next up, what you want to do is you want to detach the windscreen, which will also bring up the whole back piece. And basically what you want to do is bring it out like so. And now you can fix over here. You'll take the burners and tuck them in like that. And now you want to take this side and just turn it in on itself. And it tucks in perfectly like that. Same on this side. Tucks in perfectly like so. And then you want to fold this back up on itself like that. And there you have your beautiful backpack already, which is so awesome. And as you can see, when you push the pipes inside, it pushed the burners out the back, which gives it just a little more added detail, which I like. All right, next up, what you want to do is, this is where we're going to tab everything into place and everything locks and looks beautiful. The back of here has a tab, which tabs into the backpack right here. So you just want to meet that together. And that will also help you position the collar. So you just move the collar until the tab marries the other piece, and that's how you'll know you got it perfectly correct. Let me see how I'm doing this. It's hard to do on camera, guys, trust me. All right, so there we go. It's tabbed in. Apologies, it's rough. Rotate the spoiler around real quick. Get that out the way. So the backpack is done. Also, I wanted to point out I missed something. On the bottom of the backpack, there are two holes here, which you see they didn't tab in yet. And there's little tabs, so we're just gonna tab those into place. Back in, back in. Nice and tight backpack now, look at that. Front collar's looking good. Shoulder pieces are tabbed in. Head sculpt is right, arms are good. Next part with the arms, what we're gonna wanna do is on the back of the hinge, you can see two more pegs, and those will peg into the windshield on the side. You can see the two slots. So let's just meet those together, plug them in nice and tight. Same on the other side. As you can see the slots, bring it in, boom. And now we have nice tight arms, nothing's going nowhere, nothing's spreading out, unless you want to cheat with that fishing pose, which I just don't want to do. All right, next up, we're gonna go to the legs. We got a little midget hot rod right now. We'll first separate them, tab right there. Come to the back side, very simple. Pull open the panel and shimmy the leg out. There you go, just like so. And there you have your full-on leg. Tab hole here, tab there, lock it in, done deal. Same on this side. Let's open up the door, slide the leg out, like so. Fully done, locks into place. Tab, locked in, not going nowhere. Okay. Lastly, we just want to pull out our feet, ankle. Let's get the heel out, like so. Same on this side, foot and heel. And let me do it. That's it. We have our beautiful MP28 hot rod. And like I said, quick, simple transformation. I'm gonna get him in a nice clean pose, and then we will get into the accessories. And let me see if I can move this up real quick. And the aesthetics. Like I said, simple transformation, guys. I didn't miss nothing. This is what it is. And it doesn't need to be anything more than that. And it's beautiful, and I love it. So let me stop rambling. Let's cut this and get into the accessories. All right, let's get into the accessories for Hot Rod real quick. Nothing too crazy. I'll actually try to do a cut and do a fishing pose. But real quick, of course, we have the 2 pistols. Basically, you just want to swing them out and give them the handle. You know, regular Takara Tomy stuff. The tab on the side. Just bring it in. You got the little hole. A lot easier than Ironhide. So you just slide this back in there, lock it in, close it up. Ironhide, like I said, gave problems, but I also heard that it was because each pistol needed to be in the right hand or it wouldn't really work well. Never tried it again, but that's what it is. There you go. You got your double shooters, twin guns, looking mean. Definitely a nice look. Of course, next up, let's go real quick into the saw, the cup saw. So you want to just bring this out. Slide the hand back in, of course, to bring the peg out. You got your peg, a la Sunstreaker and Hoist and all the rest. And there we go. We just put this on like that, and we are getting it popping. We're about to cut up some robotic fish. So a lot better than the MP9 one, and I dig it. It looks really good. All right, so I'm gonna cut real quick, and then I'm gonna try to give you a fishing rod pose. All right, before we get into the fishing pose, as usual, I'm always getting ahead of myself. I did forget about our famous hot rod. Look, there's a hole in the shuttle pose, and I wanted to address that real quick because I didn't even show you guys. We do have the gimmick of the goggles coming out, just like in Transformers the movie. So basically what you're gonna do is just hold on to the face and pop up the helmet on a hinge. Real quick, you'll see it right there, and the goggles are in there. You need a nice nail to get these out. They're on a little swivel. It's a little hard, but I got them. And there you go, you pop them down, slide that back up, get him looking up to the sky. And there you go, you got that beautiful pose, and your hot rod has every gimmick that he could want. And this is definitely right out of Transformers the movie. Another issue of everyone worrying also about the plastic on the visor, that it was too clear, but it looks a nice, beautiful shade of blue in person. I'll zoom up real quick so you can see that. I hope the camera catches it, but it's awesome. You get your movie accurate poses with this figure. You can't beat it. I love it. Fucking awesome. Sorry. All right, let's get into that fishing pose. Peace. Fish are jumping today, huh, Dano? As you can see, I got him in a fishing pose. This is more like a movie accurate fishing pose, but like I said, the movie, he was like, with his legs were down like this. It wasn't crossed like they want you to do. And of course, cheating with the hinge being, taken off the side part so you can swing the arm around. It's basically the only way you could get the rod to be held with 2 hands. And as you can see, the rod is very big. I will zoom out and you can see that. It's really cool. Of course, we have the MP22 Daniel just for fun, just to make the pose look right. And the amazing thing about this figure is part, which I'll address in articulation, is that it has a nice forward bend. And it's great, but they didn't put enough support in the back. So if you have him sitting up with the legs like this, as you see, I have him on the MP28 box, his ass is hollow, so he would tip back. So right now I have the saw blade just holding it up so I can get him in this pose. So if you ever wanted to do the pose, you got to make sure that you're supporting the back side, or it doesn't work because he will just tip back. Because that's why they want you to do the Indian, the Indian style feet pose. But I wouldn't do it that way. And I'm not going to pose him like this anyway. The fishing rod is just a nice fun gimmick, and I'm glad they included it because it's a nice homage to the movie and the first time that we laid eyes on the beautiful hot rod. All right, so now we're going to get into the articulation and then the aesthetics. Can't wait. Coming up. All right, it's articulation time, but of course I've left one thing out, which I just had to go and get the matrix out. So, of course, you know Hot Rod in the movie got the matrix and turned into Rodimus Prime. And the MP10 matrix, which this is a generic version. My original is still in Optimus's chest at the moment. But it's a replica. They sell them on eBay for about $10 shipped. And it's a solid die cast. Pretty nice. The only features you might see is just the blue isn't as translucent and dark as it is on the original. Basically, our hot rod has the ability to open up his chest, of course, and it's on a hinge. Let me show you. And the hinge is right here. And then you can put the MP10 matrix in. I think you put it in this way with the ridges on the top, if I recall. And there you go. It fits in perfectly. And we can just close that back up. And I'll probably leave it in there for now. In hands, I've heard that, you know, the MP1, my boy Jeff was telling me that the MP1 matrix looks best when Hot Rod's holding it. The MP10 one just doesn't look as good. And of course, you know, the MP9 matrix is a joke. It's tiny. It's ridiculous. So that's how that goes. All right, let's get into the articulation. So of course you have the arms. You go fully around. You can bring them out about this much because of the hinge, and of course the tires are, you know, getting in there. But you can also swing the arm this way if you want to have it, you know, try to get poses, but it won't look cartoon accurate. And then we have the bicep swivel all the way around, nicely done. The hinge at the elbow, which you can almost get the full double, you know, the double hinged elbow is there. It's nice. Get you a lot of nice poses, man. Same on the other side. The hands have one hinge. No articulated fingers, of course, because it's a Takara toy and it's not a third party. Maybe they'll come out with some in the future, which would definitely benefit this figure. I think they benefit any figure, but that's just me. Of course, like I was telling you guys, the beautiful swivel right here. And you can bring the, you can sit him up and get him in some nice sitting poses. We have full waist articulation. And I'm telling you, man, for a toy that, you know, feels light as it does, and I don't know, some people might say it's cheap, but it just does the job. Everything is here. It's perfect. The paint, oh God. You know, the waist flaps, you got the side ones. Of course, the front comes up, so you got full range on your legs. You can bring them out all the way Van Damme style, you know, forward, backwards, about this much, because the back flap is going to stop right there. Let me see if that comes out. Oh yeah, it does. All right, so these come up too, and you can come all the way out like that, which is very cool. The only thing that I've noticed, and I've seen people complain about this too, which I feel the same way, is there should have been some ratchets here on the legs. The swivels are fine. You don't see it's on a ball joint, and the knees aren't ratcheted either. So they're cool. They hold the pose, but how long, if you keep playing with this thing, will they stay solid? I don't know. But a ratchet would have definitely benefited at least the knees, and you could get the knees about that much. You have full rotation. Same over here. And then the feet, you know, not much of a rocker, you know, it's there. And you got your heels and feet. So I'm all over the place. Basically, your average articulation for a Transformer. And for Hot Rod, you could get him into some nice deep poses, which I like, because, you know, he's got them lanky legs. And of course, I forgot about the head. Let's get into the head. You have full range of movement, that much down, this much up, side to side. So it's nice. It's on a swivel, on a hinge, and it works. It'll definitely get you all the looks you need. And of course, we need Hot Rod looking down at Daniel and such, or looking up at Magnus. You know, it works. So it's a very articulated figure for a small little guy, and covers all the bases. Like I said, for you to be able to get him in these fishing poses and things like that, they put a lot of work into this. And my hat's off to Takara Tomy, because you can see they're really paying attention now. Maybe they felt threatened by third party, and they said, we got to step up our game. I mean, look at this. We're getting Ironhide, Hot Rod, Shockwave, and Ratchet all in a row. And I mean, yeah, I know they're all going to be winners. I hope Shockwave doesn't disappoint us. So let's get into my favorite part, freehand aesthetics and matching Hot Rod up with his MP brothers. My favorite part of the review coming up. Arise, Rodimus Prime. Optimus. So there you have it. There's the shot. MP28 with MP9. And of course, as you know, MP9, look at that. I got a flap open here. Was a iffy figure, and it came out before MP10, and the scale chart was started with MP10. Even though 9 scales pretty well, I hope maybe one day they'll revisit him, because looking at these two together, the MP9 looks great, but Hot Rod just feels so much more premium, and he kind of dulls him down a bit. So, of course, like I said, these are the aesthetics. This is the amazing Hot Rod. I think Takara Tomy did a fantastic job on him. Like I said, articulation-wise, you could get all these poses. You could see him cheating and using some blue tack so he can hold the matrix solid. Blue tack is your friend if you want to, do something with Transformers, because you could just peel it off real quick. No glue necessary. And if you know MP9, I have a couple places blue tacked on him because of his flappy chest and backpack and the rest. But we're not talking about MP9 no more. We're talking about MP28. Aesthetically, I'm impressed. He's my Hot Rod, and I love him. And I'm very happy to have him. I'm glad that he was addressed. When I first seen they announced him, I'm like, what are they doing? We have Hot Rod already. We have Rodimus. Like, we don't need this. But we did. We really did. And I guess they knew that. And thank you so much to them for addressing that. And now we have our perfect Hot Rod and our half-assed MP9, which hopefully one day will be better. Let's bring in some Cybertronian friends for season 3, guys. I'm not really I don't have too many. Whatever's out there. Of course, we have the X-Transbots Wheelie, nice and tiny, standing next to Hot Rod. And of course, this figure has a lot of issues too, so it's hard to get him to stand properly. I've never addressed all the fixes, which I plan to do one day. So he's looking like a little Bumblebee. He's the same size as Bumblebee, maybe even a tad shorter. Daniel with his exosuit, or if you want to call him Spike, but I have the Dr. Wu Daniel head in there, so mine is definitely Daniel, if you can see that. It's hard to see with that little dome on top. All right, so there's scale for that. I just wanted to bring in my buddy Ironhide because I love him, and like I said, he's set the precedent for new style of MP from Takara, where we're just getting these beautifully done, nice transformations. They've been doing their homework. And a real quick tidbit, if you didn't see, my Ironhide, I had him fixed up so he doesn't have that hole in the top of his nose anymore. I had it filled in and painted, and you can't even tell it's there anymore. It's beautiful. And definitely sets up Ironhide to look that much more badass. Of course, we're going to bring in our boy Magnus, which is Rodimus or Hot Rod's buddy, whichever way you want to play it. And as you can see here, I'll put Magnus and Hot Rod next to each other so you can see the scale, which just is a little off for me. But it'll still work. And, a Magnus display, we'll probably have Rodimus next to it more than Hot Rod. Of course, we got to bring in the God, MP10. So this is how it all works out. See, it really just fell over. Let me move these guys out the way, because with all this group, it's hard to... They look cool, but we need to see how he stands next to these guys as far as size. So let me stand up his legs. And you can see it's pretty decent. And there's with Magnus. This is where I just have to issue a little bit. Sorry, I'm freehanding it, so As you can see here, the size on these two guys. Hot Rod could stand to be a little bit taller in this situation. So I won't have them standing perfectly next to each other. But yeah, this is it. This is the overview. MP28 Takara Tomi's Hot Rod. It's a worthy purchase, if you were wondering. I give it my stamp of approval, if that means anything to anybody. Thank you for watching, as always. I just want to get all these guys in the shot. Shit. All right, Prime, get back here. Ironhide over here. And I will close out with this shot. Pick this guy up. Support Takara Tomy. Support third parties as well, because they make great figures and we don't want to wait till we're dead to have the complete collection if possible. But this figure is fantastic. If you can afford it, you can swing it. Trust me, it's worth it. Get it. You'll have a good time with him. And thank you for watching. Everybody, please comment, like, subscribe if you dig it. I'm coming back with a lot more reviews, and I love the community. Big shout out to the Facebook communities out there, Third Party Transformer Club, the Hasbro, Takara Tomy Masterpiece group as well. I post a lot of pictures in my reviews there, and a lot of cool people. So much love to everyone in the community, YouTubers. Hit me up. That's it. Mag's out of here. Soak this bitch in one last time. The group shot, season 3 style. Masterpiece Transformers, MP28. Hot Rizard. Badass. Peace.